Yep, okay.
All right.
Okay. To continue off of that question.
Yep.
What is the most rewarding part of teaching Homeland Security, in your opinion?
Oh, that's another good question. You know, one of the things I like the best, I like my research and stuff, and going to these conferences, being on committees. I mean, I feel like I'm moving the needle forward a little bit. But the coolest thing is you guys. I mean, not to sound schmaltzy, but I mean, young people coming in not wanting to do anthropology. I mean, young people wanting to come in. You guys want to get involved. So you want your degree to matter. I mean, it's not normal for college students to want their degree to matter, you know. And so sitting in here, talking about the things that we kind of talk about, you know, knowing that you guys are going to try to get jobs somewhere in the military, law enforcement, emergency management, critical infrastructure, environmental, something. We've got guys that go out every single year in all of these different areas. That's what really makes me pumped up, is that young people who figure out that, you know what, this stuff is, we got to protect it from Mother Nature, from bad guys, from each other, from whatever, because the idea of preserving a free democracy is really, my whole generation took that for granted. None of us ever talked about it. We talk about it all the time, and you see how fragile it is. So that's what I think is the coolest thing, is turning out generations of you guys who are going to figure this out for yourselves, have your own definition of security, liberty, civil liberties, that kind of thing, and then figure out a way to kind of keep it going. That's what I think is great, because there couldn't be a better use to an education, in my view, at all.
Okay, what would you say is like the biggest misconception about Homeland Security when students come in?
You know what really drives me psycho is to have people say Homeland Security is the same thing as like being a cop or TSA or some crap like that. You know what I mean? We're teaching you guys to be managers of people and processes. TSA guys, God love them, they're doing a job. They're very, very tactical. They're down here. Nothing wrong with law enforcement, but you don't need a degree in HS to do law enforcement. I mean, you need to kind of understand different kinds of things. Policing is a part of Homeland Security. Homeland Security is up here trying to figure out what are all the things that you're concerned about with preserving and protecting liberty and the free flow of people and commerce. And that's the tough thing. When my neighbors say Homeland Security, what do? You must have something to do with airplane security or something. And I'm like, no. I mean, getting people to understand what we talk about in class, to understand the bigger picture of HS, what it is, where it operates, what laws support it, how it functions, and how do you know when you're actually doing it. That's what's really cool, but that's what's too complicated for the newspapers or the general person. Remember, the average person only really sees Homeland Security, in their view, when they go to an airport and they fly and they have to go through TSA. Other than that, they don't really see critical infrastructure protection. They don't see environmental going on. They don't see intelligence going on. They don't see emergency management other than the TV. And they don't really know what these guys do between disasters. You know, so they don't really see Homeland Security, and because TSA is in DHS, they just make that relationship. So that's the biggest thing, is image management. You know, image management is hard, and that's why we work on that so much in class. I want you guys to be able to be in a position to give the proper perspective to the outside world. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Any other questions?